You have recent experience with AAU as a director of player development for the AAU program Trill. All right.
True.
What are your thoughts about AAU basketball culture?
I give you two perspectives. I give it to you from when I came up, it was the thing. Like we thought it was the end. Well, I thought it was the end all be all.
What team did you play with?
I played with Oliver Owls,
All right.
and then I played with Baltimore Select.
It's Baltimore Select.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like you play AAU, you one of the selected few that come out of the town that's representing your city. Like yo, I'm going to Florida. Like we won AAU in Baltimore, Oliver. We going to Memphis, Tennessee. We going here, and it was like you did that with pride, like with like being proud to represent.
Which you made up a great point that the team consisted of the top players in the county. Like basically, my experience, it was like maybe one player from every team, or some teams just didn't have a player good enough. But it wasn't the saturation that I see now. Because I was teaching at a school, this kid didn't even get in the game, and he told me he was on the AAU team, and I'm trying to figure out how is this possible,
Right.
bro? Like you don't even play. Better yet, contribute. You don't even get in the game for your high school. So how are you on the AAU team? Because the bench warmer on my team was a star at his school.
Yes.
So,
So, AAU. Let me go back. Right. So when it was the best team, not put together team. So if let's say for instance, I'm just going to use sections in Baltimore. I'm going to use East, West, North, South. If your team is from East Baltimore, you don't round up all the best players from East Baltimore, or like you got the players that's from that neighborhood that represents that recreation center, right? So you're playing against all the teams in East Baltimore, that recreation center. Then you're playing against all the teams in West Baltimore, that recreation center. And then when you win, you don't combine. You don't go to West Baltimore, North Baltimore, and South Baltimore to take the best players to form this team. You take the team that beat all of those teams, and you take that team to AAU. Now it's like they flying everybody.
team.
Yeah, like they flying everybody. Yo, come play for us. Come play for us. Come play. They ain't never, like you said, they ain't never played the game with you. They just going to Atlanta to Peach Jam now because we bringing the best players from fucking, excuse my language. You bringing the best players from Chicago. Yo, they ain't even from Baltimore.
And you know what I noticed, that the team I played with was actually a team. Like we played together for a duration of time. He brought in players a couple times, like I think Donald Copeland, he coached at Wagner. He brought in Dwayne E. Lee and some other players, but nonetheless, it was the consistent team. And we used to beat teams, right? We used to press, but what I noticed, the other teams is like they couldn't mesh, bro. You got these randoms coming in for the weekend, and it's like, everybody may be these top players, but they just can't play together, man.
Can't play together. Like you said, like my team, we've been playing together since we were 9 years old. So from 9 to 16, 17, under, this is the same team. We probably added a piece or two, but we knew we was competing against. So for instance, Oliver Owls, we was competing against Cecil Kirk. We was competing against Madison Buccaneers. We was competing against Chick Webb. We was competing against Bentlow Bombers. And we knew exactly who their players was. Now, you might get some guys who want to come over. I was never leaving. I wasn't going to join nobody to be a part of their winning. I was going to create. Like, I was brought up that way. My coach, Bucky, he taught us that way. I was never leaving Bucky.
But I just think it's a generational difference, because I don't remember too many people transferring high school. The transfer in high school came to getting kicked out, or it's some mix-up. But people just didn't leave a school. There was always something on their end why they left. AU was the same thing. People really never left a team and bounced around like that. And I just think it's a different culture now with sports and society. There's like no commitment fight. It's just random. Everybody's all over the place, and I just think it reflects in sports.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you too, how does that make coaching hard? Because I heard coaches complain saying that because these kids are so willing to jump, supported by parents to jump, it's hard to coach a kid, because once you get on them now, they just be like, man, I don't want to hear this, and I just leave.
Yep. You got to adapt. It's just like life. Like, evolution is happening. Like the price of inflation is happening. You can't compare how it was 5 years ago to now. It's not going back there. So how I look at it now, and this is my first year being a head coach. Like, I attribute it to how I play. I'm gonna figure it out. If you want to be here, then cool. My coach say, you want to be here, be here. If not, then I'm okay. Either way, I teach the game how I play. If you want to be here, you'll be here. If not, then okay. I'm not going to no parent begging you to keep your kid here. I'm not doing it. I hope that what I equip your kid with, that wherever they go, it'll be beneficial to them in the next person's system. So that's how I look at it, you know? I can't get caught up into like, damn, like, you know, like college. Back then, guys are staying at least 2-3 years. So you got,
go, bro. Ain't nowhere to go. You gotta sit out for a year, and it's like, yeah.
You know, like you don't want to sit out for a year. Now with this transfer portal, like I was at an event with Rick Pitino, and he said, look, you just got to be able to adapt to what is going on, because this is going on. This is what's happening.
Please explain the transfer portal for those unaware.
Okay, the transfer portal, if you're not happy with your situation, if you're not getting the playing time, if you're not, you don't feel comfortable, now you can transfer and still play. You don't have to sit out a year when you transfer to waste a year and go somewhere else and play. You can leave, transfer, and play right away.
Do you know why they made this legal? Has anyone had that discussion? Like, why did they implement the transfer portal?
Honestly, I don't know. I think, you know, they didn't. I think, honestly, it was a disservice to the kid, actually. Like, you know, like he would lose a year eligibility. And I thought that was disfair. I honestly think that's not fair, because coaches can leave. They can have a 5-year.
Whenever.
Yeah, you know. And I was coming here because of you. And now you, all of a sudden, you just up and out. And you don't have to be held to no standard that you got to sit out a year to coach. You're coaching the next year.
And what the wildest thing, you brought up something before we get back into this transfer portal, is that I experienced a coach. I don't know if he was fired or he left, but he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So I experienced a coach coming in that didn't recruit me.
Mm-hmm.
I lucked out. You get what I'm saying? Because I just made it work. But it's the worst thing ever, yeah, to have a coach that didn't recruit you, bro, in college, yeah, because you like dead weight to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they just try and get you up out of there to bring their people in, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I had a situation, not in college, but as a professional. Whereas, though, like, I was in Germany, and I was the GM's guy, but I wasn't the coach's guy. And he wanted to make it his business, I believe, to let me know that I wasn't his guy. But he couldn't do anything about it because I knew how to play basketball. Like, barring that I'm the GM guy, I knew how to play basketball. So the guy that you want to be the guy, I'm still destroying him. And it's evident. But on the flip side, when I was younger, I had that. It was a national team player who was on the team, and they wanted to see him play, so I had to play behind him no matter what I did, how good I was. So, like you said, it's the worst feeling ever, knowing that you're better than this guy, or like this guy don't want you to be a part because of this, and you're like, wow, I got to sit here and endure that.
I think people too, the younger generation, they don't understand the politics in sports,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it can really mess with your confidence, especially when you're really torturing somebody on a daily basis
Mm-hmm.
and you're not playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kind of, you gotta be real strong and focused to continue. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, serious thing. All right, let's get back into this transfer portal. Right, the question I have is though, how does the transfer portal impact high school seniors? Because I'm not sure if this is accurate, but I was having a discussion with someone who's in sports down here, and he was telling me that now, because I know before, I don't know, say it's only 1,200 scholarships, right? D1. Say that's the case. I know you have a lot that go to overseas players. You have a lot that go to JUCO players, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm hearing now is that even transfer players now are taken into those scholarships for the high school seniors.
Yep.
Is that true?
That's very true.
That's crazy, bro.
I just found out, too, that scholarships are not fully guaranteed for 4 years.
You didn't know that as a player? You
I
ain't
didn't.
signed the paper every year?
Nope.
Nah, man, we had to sign the paper every April.
Nope.
We signed paper for your housing, for your tuition, for your food. I think that was it, in your books.
I just really thought, like, once you signed the letter of intent, that everything was for the 4 years guaranteed.
Mike Jarvis never took anybody's scholarship when you was there?
No.
Oh, I saw it. I saw a bunch of dudes lose their scholarship, so I know for a fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never experienced it. You know, I just thought like when you get your scholarship, when you sign that letter of intent, you got a 4-year ride. You know, yeah, like that is very tough on seniors, high school seniors, because now why would I take a chance on this high school senior when I now can go in this transfer portal and get somebody who's already
Been through it, bro.
you know,
Contribute right away.
you know, and it's players who are like this kid Matt McClung, right? He did it. He went to Georgetown, Texas Tech, and then he put his name in the transfer portal again. Like, we know that this kid can play, so we know what he brings to the table. I'm going to take a chance on a senior, a high school senior, which is going to be a freshman, and I know this kid who's proven himself as a D1 basketball player, and he's open for us to give him a scholarship. I think they're mimicking the NBA. You know, it's obviously becoming a business now. I think that's all it is.
But my heart goes out to high school seniors because, as I said, the numbers are already down, right? You have a lot not even Europe anymore. You just have people in overseas coming over, right? Say that's 300-400 scholarships already. That puts you down to 800. Then, you know, you always got a lot of JUCO players coming in. So say that's 300, right? That puts you down to 500.
Yes.
With the transfer portal, say they're knocking out 200 people. That's what, 300 scholarships for 250,000 high school seniors now?
Yep. They're making it tough.
That's crazy, bro.
I mean, I try not to get caught up in numbers.
Yeah.
Because if you just think about what they told you, like only 5% make it to the NBA, you know, you'll be like, damn, so why am I trying for?
The numbers are wild regardless, though.
For sure.
You know
That's the thing.
So it's not much of a difference, but it's like a couple. But the numbers it's impossible anyway to get a Division I scholarship and go to the league. Borderline impossible.
Hindsight, this is how I looked at it. Somebody, I can fit in on somebody's roster. I'm that good, right? But even still, when you look at it from the professional standpoint, it's 3 to 4 leagues in every country. Every country. So you will have the opportunity. A number, like you said, it's numbers. Like you asked me, how many Americans? So for one team, we're talking about 6 Americans, let's say, and that's not every country because some countries only 2.
Yeah.
Some countries only 2. So we talking about impossible numbers all over the board. You know, you just can't get caught up in that mentally. If this is what you want to do, you got to go all out. Anything with success.
How is this transfer portal impacting teams, though? Because how do you have a team commit? It's like, are players committed to the team? Are people fully committed to the team, or are people kind of everybody got a 1 foot, 1 out thing? If this don't work, I'm just going to jump on it.
Yep.
So how do you build a culture of a team with that type of mentality when people have that option?
You have to plan 3 months. Like you can't look past you can't build 2 years. You can't say like I gotta build this. I need 2 years to build this. You have to plan 3 months.
Hold on, bro. You say you gotta look at 3 months.
3 months.
That's crazy.
Because like you said, like Calipari is the blueprint of one and dones. And if you hear him now, he's saying like, yo, it's impossible. Like, how is this happening? Like, this transfer portal makes it crazy. But you've been doing this either way because you've been having one and dones for as long as anybody can remember. So if you look at what he does and how he created the team's success, he was doing it in 3-4 months.
But it's like that's kind of a unique situation because he getting the top players. You know what I'm saying? And he getting people that's like basically NBA ready. They just so happen to go to college. But for your average team, it's just like dudes need time to develop.
Oh, you do.
Just physically and mentally, you know, and adjusting to campus and everything. So it's like I want to see how that plays out, man. I really want to see how it plays out with this transfer report. I just think it's toxic for team culture, you know, because I just feel it just kills the commitment.
It does.
You know, it's like you in a marriage 1 foot, 1 out. It's like you the end of the day, you're not, bro. It's like you're not going to get the same effort if it's like, if this happened, I'm leaving. You know?
No, it is. It's very tough on coaches. I mean, and on players as well. Because you build brotherhoods, you build bonds with players. Like, you know, like, yo, damn, bro, like, we in this way, we here. And like you said, I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm hearing you, bro, but if they tell me I'm going to the league, I'm out. Or if he don't because they'll promise kids the world. coaches will like,
Great salesman. People don't know that too. Coaches are the best salesmen
you have to be.
on earth, bro.
You have to be.
Yeah.
Because I
You're a
gotta
great
go into your
salesman
home.
now?
I have to be.
All right.
But I'm truthful. I'm very transparent. I'm gonna let you know. Like
Mike Jarvis seemed like he was a truthful dude.
Mike Jarvis was. I say this to everybody. He wasn't a pure basketball coach. He was a life coach. He correlated everything through basketball is how you're gonna live your life. How you play basketball is how you live your life. So if you're late, you go to jobs, you're gonna be late.
It's truth in that, bro.
It is.
It's truth.
It is.
Because I had a coach, Jimmy Patsos, respect to Jimmy Patsos, and he always used to break down like how everything is like holistic. Like you can't compartmentalize aspects of your life, and that's like the realest thing he ever told me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like things really got to be clicking. You can't do good here and kind of be mediocre over there. You know.
It's just like the light switch.
Yeah.
When I go out this door, I'm gonna turn the light off. When I come in, I'm gonna turn it on. When we got games, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm just gonna coast through practice, and then when the game come, you try to turn that switch on, it don't come on. you know. But you know the toughest thing about this generation, because they'll have one game where they felt like they turned it on when the game came on, and they'll believe like, oh, see, I can do it. I knew I can do it, and they're willing to have 5 bad games with this theory.
I think, no disrespect, I know there are a lot of factors that go into this generation, parenting and everything, but I think there's a high level of delusion, right? Because what I noticed, which was pretty weird, I'm not sure if you noticed this as a coach, I saw players play an entire game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get smacked, then look me in my eyes and said, it don't matter because they weren't playing hard.
Mm-hmm.
When did that start?
I don't know.
It's just not like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, dude got me today. I'm going to try again tomorrow. No. They tell themselves it doesn't matter because I didn't play hard.
I think I always call my era the golden era. I call my era the golden era because it wasn't about nothing but merely competing and showing that I want to be the best.
And compete. I'm going to tell you a story. Marcus Hatten came to the gym. Marcus Hatten, right? I was at Loyola, and my thing was to guard. Whoever came in that gym, bro, I was just going to guard him, whether I got buckets or not. Dude was torching me. He don't remember, right? But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? But that was the mind frame. Like, whoever came in there, I was just going to guard him. That was my thing.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't run away from competition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, it's just a different vibe with these kids where it just seems like they only want to play when they know they could dominate.
Yes. And that's where it becomes so difficult to teach because they have that mentality. Like, what? I don't care. Like, I ain't playing hard. Like, why are you not playing hard? And I always try to implement, like, yo, y'all don't even have to be professionals, go to the NBA or go overseas. Y'all can go to college and be professionals. Y'all can go to college and be professionals.
Basically what you are, bro.
You know?
You know?
Like, so I really can't pinpoint it. Like, even if I look at any NBA player that kind of say where could it fall off, because you watch Michael Jordan, you watch how hard he play, you watch how hard he compete, you mimic things.